Hey, and welcome to the Steve Square Show. I'm your host, Funny Man, Stevie K. Sorry to be late, 6:31. Forgive my tardiness. I am trying to share the show so not just you selfish people can consume me, enjoy me, be with me on this Monday, fall, autumnal, September 26th. But I feel like I should, my breath with a D should be, my scope should be wider to all of those that can't enjoy me directly. So let's see, hold on, I'm going to try to do this momentarily and see if I can share the show with all of you lucky people. Let's see, well there you are. So let me see, I'm gonna share it. Here we go. I'm gonna share it. Look, this is happening in real time. This is very exciting. All right, I'm gonna try to share the show. Give me 1 second. Amuse yourselves. Continue eating your dinner. Have your supper. What are we having for dinner Monday night? Is it a home-cooked meal? You should always have a home-cooked meal on a Monday because you're depressed. It starts the weekend off. Actually, I believe it's a holiday today, right? So happy holidays to all of you. I believe it's Rosh Hashanah. Oh, here we go. Now, hold on. I'm going to be 1 second. I'm getting closer. This is good. Oh, yeah. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to bring that up. That's beautiful. That's there. Paste that. Oh, beautiful. And let's see if I can... Oh, we can even do this. This is even better. Oh, look at this. I'm sending this to all my peeps. I hope they all appreciate this. And it's out to the world anyway. And I'm posting it so you all can enjoy it. Let's see if this actually... And it did. Look at that. And it actually worked. That's fantastic. That is wonderful. I'm in good spirits today. Are you? Let's see, what do we do? Let's test this out right away.
Who am I? You sure you want to know? Who am I?
Who am I?
I'm Spider-Man.
I'm Spider-Man. So as you can see, yes, I am remote this evening. Thank you for your patience, by the way. Once again, yes, this is the, what do you think? The unshaven, totally unshaven new look of Funny Man Stevie K. I think it gives me I don't like it a lot. It's itchy and it's just not feeling like me. So I countered it with a headband, sporty headband look, because I feel sporty today. I'm in trainer Steve mode. I have actually one of my old exercise pieces of equipment to share with you. I will do that momentarily. We got a lot on the agenda for today, a lot on the docket, as they say. Yes, we were supposed to be in the studio. This is not my fault. This is not Kermit's fault. I had to call on Kermit as a last-minute appearance on the show. And Kermit's always ready for me. Look how beautiful. Green. Doesn't matter that it's fall outside. Kermit still thinks it's summer, and so should you. Just because time or the seasons change doesn't mean you should change. If you were happy in the summer, be happy. If you're miserable, continue being miserable. Whatever you are, you should be. That's my little advice to you.
This is unacceptable!
No, it's not. It's hardly unacceptable. Anyway, so we got a lot to talk about today. I know it's getting darker out. It's only 6:35. We might have a special call-in guest. I won't divulge who that might be. But we have a few other things to keep us tidied over. Yeah, I was trying to share the show this time so some of my friends and people could see it. How was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? I'm waiting. I'll wait until you answer. No? Okay. So let me tell you what I did. Yesterday I went to a car show with my dad up in Dix Hills. The Dix Hills Fire Department ran a beautiful car show. Excuse me. Great car show. And they had old cars, Corvettes, Porsches. They had old-time cars from 1915. Yes, not 50, 1915 with the old Ford car, and you could sit in it if you want. And it's just, and everybody brings their dog to the show for some reason. Everybody has to be attached. Nobody likes to leave their dog at home anymore. I thought that's what you do with it, right? You'd leave the dog at home. That's its chance to sleep. But no, people have to take their dogs with them everywhere. Their dogs and their vape. As long have dog, have vape, will travel. So other than that, the show was beautiful. The only thing I have to say, we took some great pictures. The only thing I have to say is, I might even pop you one. Let me see if I can even pop a picture up. Say that fast. Let's see if we have, oh, this is funny. This is, I'll show you. This is my dad. Let me see if I can brighten the picture up. There's my dad. He was in front of one of these kind of, there you go, one of these cool cars, and it was a 1940s. That's a 1949, I believe, Chrysler, and my dad is in front, and my dad is with the hat, and that's Elmo. So that's, just so you know, that's my dad, not that. So the other one is Elmo, and Elmo was sitting on the car. So that was pretty cool. There was some other really cool cars. See, like a 1950s car they had, like really cool. Where's there a picture of me and my dad? There was something of me and my dad. There's me and my dad. We were in front of his Ford Fairlane. That was, my dad actually saw a car that he had. So I think it was one of the first or second, I don't know. But pretty cool. So that was a good show, and that was fun. And we had a good time. So hopefully the weather was great. It held up. This is kind of a nice time of year to do things. Wasn't too hot. We're actually going to another one if you want to meet me there, and I'll be signing autographs. But don't push, don't shove. I'm a man of the people. My rate is very inexpensive. I'm looking at $10 to sign the Steve Squared dumbbell shirt. If you come down and you have a dumbbell shirt on, I'll sign it for you. I should bring Steve with me, and you can get two for the price of one. And we'll sign autographs. We'll talk to you. You can relive some of your favorite Steve Squared moments. The reason I bring this up, and I'm being obviously facetious and satirical, is because I was reading this thing. Where is it? Hold on. Here it is. Look at these numbnuts. Sabers Up. You see these two guys? So these two guys, they started a business of selling toy lightsabers. Those Star Wars. And I had one as a kid. It was a plastic $5, $2 from Toys R Us, whatever. I had fun with it. Who cared? These guys are like, those Hasbro toy things are crap. They sell, what is this? This is just ridiculous. It says here it's from $90 to $660. This Long Island company called Sabres Pro, these two idiots, will sell you, if you buy one of these, you have officially entered idiothood. Will sell you what a certain Jedi, it says, might call on an elegant toy for a more civilized fan of this nonsense. It's polycarbonate, which I like my weapons to always be polycarbonate, or my toys. It's got a polycarbonate blade, which should be fun for the kids to play at the holiday time. Oh boy, when little Johnny swings his blade around Susie, and you spend Christmas Eve in the emergency room. Oh, I mean, there's nothing like, I'll tell you, there's nothing like sipping a little eggnog from one of those little paper cups in a hospital waiting room to see if little Johnny's limb is going to be reattached because you bought one of these $660 polycarbonated lightsaber blades from these two numbnuts who never grew up. Hey, it's light emitting as well. That's pretty cool. And it says it mimics the lightsaber with the extension, the sputtering noise when it connects. This company started last year by these two Melville men. Melville men. That should be their character thing right there. Melville men, and they should wear costumes. Lev and Sergey. I won't say their whole names. They belong, well, it's in the paper, so I guess they don't care. But yeah, they do a lot of cosplay and a lot of this nonsense. So, which brings me into Comic-Con is coming. You all know what Comic-Con is. It's when an enormous amount of disturbed individuals line up at these giant venues to see their favorite superheroes dressed in rubber suits and pay anywhere from $200 to $700 to have inanimate toy figures sign their crap, and they keep it at home. You ever see the 40-Year-Old Virgin when he's got all of his characters and he has like the $6 Million Man and it's all perfectly wrapped up and it's not, he doesn't break the seal? It's kind of, these people, I feel like they're in this kind of space, this world. I like Marvel, I like Spider-Man, but you know, maybe as a kid I might even have went for him as Halloween. I don't know. I don't think as an adult I'd be lining up outside the Jacob Javits Center for 2.5 hours plus, which is what people did to the San Diego one, and they do it to this one, I can assure you, to get into these venues. There is no Spider-Man. That's not a real person. Tom Holland will not be there. Okay? It'll be some guy with a mask on, and he's going to charge you $500 to sign your Spider-Man tattoo because you ran out and did that to your body. So these people dress up as the characters, right? A lot of cosplay. And they go, and these tickets, I looked up the prices. They range anywhere from, hold on a second, I think it's $67 per day. You get a $70 per day price, but if you want the VIP, which means you can have lunch with Spider-Man, that is another price. Who knows what the hell that is? That's insane. But I'll tell you, there's going to be some pretty cool people there. I mean, Brendan Fraser, the Mummy, will be there because he's promoting his DC's Doom Eternal? I don't know. He's got something going on for DC. That'll be October 9th. So it's not this Saturday, but the following one, or Sunday that is actually. It'll be 3:30. You could see Brendan Fraser. He'll be speaking and talking and promoting. Cassandra Peterson. We know her more famously as Elvira, and she'll be in the new Monsters release that's going to be happening on Netflix, I believe, this week. It could be this. It should be this. Definitely this week, I believe. I have to check. I believe it was September. I'll get you that date. Christopher. This is huge. Now this I could see going for. Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox will be there. They will be there October 8th, which is Saturday, at 6:30. It's a Back to the Future reunion. So Michael J. Fox, we all love Michael J., and Christopher Lloyd, good Great Scott! That's my Christopher Lloyd. That's all I know from Christopher Lloyd. And look at this. If that wasn't enough, Jamie Lee Curtis will be there that weekend, I believe Saturday as well at 6:15. Obviously from Halloween. So it's a lot of people, not only from the comic world, but from horror movies and that whole world, that whole space. Mindy Kaling is going to be there. She's promoting some direct called Velma, which is on HBO Max, October 6th, 3:30. Oh, and I have to give you all something that I'll get to in a minute. Big. There's people, there's celebrities there, but this is great for them because they sit, most of these guys will be at they won't be signing, they'll be at a panel discussing, promoting, whatever. Then they have another whole tier of people who we really don't know unless you live in that world. Then you would know these actors, and they're going to be there signing, and that's a good money scam for them because people run and pay whatever, right? I gotta look at it as if I love sports, right? And I love film and theater too, but I love sports, but I wouldn't go to a baseball signing. I wouldn't run and stand outside to see my favorite baseball player, which, by the way, the Yankees will be getting ready to roll. The Judge watch is still on. He'll be coming to bat in about 20 minutes. We'll try to bring that for you if we can. I'll give you a little play-by-play. But yeah, I would do good at. I would think I would enjoy doing play-by-play for sports. But so I understand to have passion for something, but I've never been a big sign my something. I don't know about you. I don't really love autographs or things or bother. I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I'd run for somebody's autograph. I don't know. I like to meet them maybe and talk to them, but I wouldn't wait on a line. I wouldn't go to an event. I wouldn't pay. If I saw them in the street, hey, nice to see you. How you doing? I love you. Great movie, great, job, whatever. I don't know. But anyway. So I kind of, I felt a little bit, I had a couple things. So this show, I felt a little bit more reminiscent, a little more back in time. I was thinking of things when I was younger, the good old days, as they say. I remember I pulled out, I saw this, and I wanted to show you. Do you remember back in whatever grade it was, you took shop class, or maybe home ec, or whatever, or both. Maybe you took both, shop, home ec, whatever, one of those kind of creative, working with your hands type of classes, right? And I saw this, and I had to show it to you. I made this with my two hands. This was a piece of wood. This was nothing. And look what I did. Look at that duck. You see that duck? Look at that duck. Let's put it this way. It goes both ways. It looks left, it looks right. How beautiful. Look at the grains. I stained it. You see the beautiful grains here. Look how nice. Beautiful, like it almost like it's an eye. And there was a hole here. I think we were hanging it or something. I'm not sure. I don't have it signed, but you couldn't buy anything if you went to the most elite furniture store. My mom loves Ethan Allen, right? You could not buy something like this at Ethan Allen. This is a Stevie K special. Look at this duck, or maybe it's not a swan. It's a duck, right? That's gorgeous. It's beautiful. So that's right there. It made me feel back in time. I was thinking of games. Now I want to try something. This is going to be. I'm going to put Kermit down for a second. Now, let's say, for instance, you're a little bit stressed, right? We're all a little bit stressed. Of course we are. You're only human if you're not stressed, right? After all, you're not living on.
That's all, folks.
Actually, that didn't go as well as I hoped. So let's say I found this game that I used to love. If you want to play a game to relax you, just ease your tension and stress. This is what you do. You don't get the Calm app on your phone. You get You see, remember this game, Perfection? This is what you play. Watch this. We're going to do it right now. I'm going to play, and I'm going to bring this into the studio next time we are together. But look at this. So let me give you, I want to give you a good, I want you to see so you can see. So what you do, I got my this is not a bowl of cereal. Okay? These are the pieces. So what happens is you have to put these little kind of pieces, see there's a triangle, and you have to match them into the space. And what you do is, I know you can't see my face right now, I'm going to try to get both. So what you do is you have to push this down and you set your timer, right? So I'm going to, it's on start, I'm going to set the timer and I'm going to see how many I get, okay? So you go, let's set that timer, and here we go. All right, you get this, and here, look, I got one. No, I didn't. That goes in there. This, I can't, where does this go? Oh, that goes in, I got another one. Here we go. This is another one. Where does this go? This is like a pie. I got another one. Beautiful, look at this. What happened? Oh, that was my mistake. We got to try again. I never pushed the thing down, so I could have done this all day long. All right, let's try one more time. I should have read the rules and the instructions first. All right, here we go. Let's try that again. This is like, that's a tough piece. I'm going to put that one back. Oh my God. This is a triangle. Whoa! Woo! Look at that. So what happens is, when your time is up, this pops up. And I didn't, it don't seem to, I'm trying this one more. I got to get at least one. So let's push it down again. Let's set the timer. Here we go. You ready? So now I have, this one goes, oh my God. Why is it not, and then the thing, this is not good. Anyway, you get the idea. You push this down, the thing pops up. It's a great game for your nerves. If it's a nice stress release when the time is ticking and the thing pops up and all the pieces go flying in your face. So go out, get yourself Perfection. It's a wonderful, wonderful game that you would enjoy. Yeah, not too good. Anyway, coming up on 6:52. It's going to be time, I don't like to say it, but soon it's going to be time to rake the leaves, or you just blow them onto the neighbor's lawn. That's what I always do. Anyway, so I have a little special treat for you, but we're going to wait a little bit for that. That's another little reminiscent thing. But in the meanwhile, let's see what we got here. Oh, this is interesting. I saw these three moms. You see this? I'm gonna love this. They call this the mother lode of laughter. So these three women, and they do a comedy show called My Name Is Not Mom. And they're coming to the Patchogue Theater, and their comedy bit is that they laugh about what it's like to be a mom. Wah! They're always whining, moms. Moms are always whining. It's so I can't go out, see, and they even have that whiny look about them. So these three people, they do this comedy show. Everybody gets a comedy show except for me. I have to do this nonsense from remote. It's not even like I'm in the studio. Like a dreck, like a schnook, like what am I, a half an idiot? That was Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. What am I, some kind of what am I, here to make you laugh, huh? I'll give you one of these. Anyway, My Name Is Not Mom comedy show. If you want to see these three women whine about how it is so tough to be a mom. It's actually harder to be a kid. By the way, I think it's Daughter's Day today. I saw my sister post something on Facebook to her daughter, my niece Kelly, saying Happy Daughter's Day. So it could be, I don't know. I also think it's a friend of mine's birthday. It could be, I don't know. I see it on Facebook, but I didn't get messaged. So if it is, to my friend Christian Connors, happy birthday. You know Chris, he was on our show once before. Good friend of mine. Oh, here it is. Let's see how much these women are charging you to go see them. It is at the Patchogue Theater. It'll be this Thursday. You know you're not a headliner when you're thrown on a weekday night. That's all you need to know. If this was Andrew Dice Clay, Sebastian Maniscalco, or my favorite, Dom Irrera, you would not be on a Thursday night. That's the first thing. Oh, look. Oh, my God. This is great. For $85, if the tickets are $31 to $61, depending on the seat, and you could do a meet and greet with these three women. I can meet and greet them over at the grocery store. I probably see them at Stop and Shop in front of me online, making me wait. I don't need to pay $85 to meet and greet these three moms. Why would I want? This is what I'm talking about. It circles back to what I just said about if I don't want to meet and greet Tom Holland from Spider-Man, I certainly don't want to meet and greet these three women who have nothing better to do with their lives but complain about being moms and their children. So put your kids up for adoption if you don't like them. Don't make a comedy show out of them. You know, your kids don't like to be the butt of jokes, and neither do I. I like to make people the butt of jokes. That's what I do. I don't like to be made fun of. I'm very insecure with myself. Did you see this duck? I made this with my own two hands. This is wood. This is back in the days when they made things out of wood, not polycarbonated, emitting some kind of phony crap that those lightsabers are made out of. This is right. This is gorgeous right here. I might sell this. I might put if you're watching the show right now, you don't know what to get somebody. Christmas is coming. I have one left. I only started with one, and I have the same one left. This is an original. It's like a Picasso. They're not it's not like Da Vinci or you have 1,000 of these. These are one of a kind. This is an original Stevie K duckling. I will be putting it up on eBay, and the highest bidder will have a lovely duck to put over their mantle. Makes a lovely housewarming gift. This part of the show and segment is sponsored by Celsius Drink. If you're going to relax and play a nice game of calming perfection, enjoy it with 200 milligrams of caffeine. Oh, God. I should have put this in the fridge. It's a little warm. As good as a Celsius is in the fridge, cold, that's how bad it is when it's been left out and warm. Let's get to our exercise segment as we approach the 7 o'clock hour. As you know, I'm a trainer. Sure, we all know that. I beat that horse to death. That's a terrible saying. I love horses. But you know me, I love funny sayings, puns, things that rhyme in the night. I'm a big fan of people using our English language who has a good grasp of the English language and can play on words, puns, those kind of things. So I saw this at the library, which I usually frequent, to my better judgment, and I saw this Battle of the Bands. Now, we all know Battle of the Bands was a term used back in the day, it's still kind of used, where bands would compete against each other, rock bands, music bands, right? You know, heavy metal against this, and Battle of the Bands. So, in the exercise world, we use bands, stretch bands, to exercise. And this woman, Karen Echeverria Pina, I believe I told you about this once before on the show, but I reached out to her to tell her how wonderful I thought what she did. I think I showed this last week. Battle of the Bands. So her thing is, it's coming this October. It's next week, so I wanted to help promote. I think I spoke about this last week. I just thought I reached out and I messaged her. I said, that was great. I said, there's nothing I can really help you with, but if you definitely ever want to connect and we could do a Battle of the Bands together, two trainers against each other, Battle of the Bands. See, that's me thinking more. She took it to a lower level. I'm bringing it up here. So of course, she never responded. So I think it says here, disclaimer: consult with your doctor before beginning this exercise program. You don't need to. You consult with me. You're fine. If you can't do this class, which is really some bands, and you're just going like this, then you're probably in a catatonic state in a hospital bed somewhere. So if you can get online and get to this program, you're not going to exert yourself. Believe me. Believe me. Believe you me. You're okay. Take it. Tell them Stevie K said it's okay. The Steve Square Show put their stamp of endorsement on Karen Echeverria-Pina. So my dad tells me this horrible story. Let me tell you this story real quick. Oh my God, it was terrible. Oh, before I tell you the horrible story, I talk about reminiscing, right, back in the day. So I pull out, you want to talk old, everything is new. The Pelotons, everything is new. You know, we love the new shiny pieces of equipment, things that are interesting and fun. I pulled out something old school. Talk about, this is our exercise segment. Look at this thing, the bull worker. Look at this thing. This is how you worked out back in the old time days. Look at this thing. Ugh! And then I don't know what it did, but this you should consult with any surgeon, doctor, anybody in the medical profession, I would say consult with, plus maybe 2 or 3 engineers that have designed this, because it's not safe. Look at this thing. Oh yeah, you're gonna definitely pull a muscle, rupture a spleen, injure something internally. You need more than a disclaimer for this bad boy. But it's great. Look how fun it is. It's got hand grips on the side, so they did take effort to do that. And you squeeze it together, and it works some kind of works your chest a little bit. You pull it apart. That really doesn't do anything. That's, I guess, if you're going to shoot a bow and arrow. That's the Robin Hood exercise. So anyway, the bull worker. Oh, look, it does have an important notice on it. Let me see. Do not exert more than 60 to 70% of your strength. How would somebody know what 60 to 70% of their strength is? Come on. And it says, by forcing, you can cause muscle strain and slow down your progress. This is good. So they do put a little note here. It should be a little bit more, but okay. We'll put the bull worker down there. So my dad tells me this horrific story about this. This happened in Colorado. The police pulled this woman over in a chase or something. It wasn't really a chase. They had gotten radio word that there was a road rage thing. They pulled this woman over. They go on. They pull her over the train by a train track. She pulls over. They leave their cop car on the train tracks. They cuff the woman, put her in the car. Obviously, a train's coming, hits the car. Thank goodness the woman was alive, not okay. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, that's just, you know what moment that is? That's this. That's terrible. So we're going to take a momentary break. I know, I don't want to leave you, but I'm going to try to see if we could feed in maybe some Aaron Judge action here, because he's going to be coming up momentarily. So I want to see if I can bring you that feed. I'm doing a lot of different things here, a lot of technical, so bear with me, entertain yourself. You know what, I'll put my duck here, so you guys can look at my duck, because I'm going to step away. Here's my duck. There's my duck, so you can see the duck. All right, I'll be momentarily. Take a break, have a Celsius. So we're going to be going into that momentarily, and we're going to get there. They still got a minute or two, so I just wanted to check to double check for you. Hold on one moment. Okay, we still got a minute or two. We're going to bring you that as soon as we can. In the meantime, let's get to it. So did you hear, that was such a crazy story, right? Unbelievable. Hey, there was a great dog show this week at the Massapequa Marjorie Post Park. Look at these dogs. Look how cute. Puppy love. They were at the Marjorie Post Park dog show, and all these dogs were there. And I love that it says the dogs must be on a leash no longer than 6 feet. They have to be at least 6 months or older. And it was, I don't think they had a contest. It wasn't like a dog show. I think it was just really for the dog. And even, look, you say, all these people dressed up, what do you think this dog is wearing? I just noticed that. It's wearing a Superman costume. So I guess everybody's in. I might as well jump into the pool too. I'll drink the Kool-Aid, fine, whatever. What are you going to do? I'm going to get into our movie segment a little bit, but I'll break away if I get any information for you. I wanted to talk a little bit about this movie, Don't Worry, Darling. Don't Worry, Darling. This was actually just released this past weekend. It actually was number one at the box office. Made $19.2 million. Minions only made $1 million. $1 million for Minions, which is probably $1 million too much. But apparently this movie got crushed at the box office and by the critics. This is the movie with Florence Pugh and who I love, and Harry Styles, who my niece loves. My niece is everybody, all the kids love Harry Styles. Great hair. Just for his hair alone, he's fantastic. So Harry Styles is in this kind of weird, I don't even know, it's directed and she's also starring in it, Olivia Wilde, which we love her too, who just divorced Jason Sudeikis, right? And now, so here's the little thing I have a problem with. So it's this kind of weird thriller, drama, I don't really know what it is. It says in a seemingly perfect suburb, a young housewife uncovers a dark secret. Could be any movie in the world. So I don't really know. But they crushed this movie. It got 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. And so, anyway, I'm going to get more into it and why I had the problem, because there was initially cast before Harry Styles was Shia LaBeouf. All right, so we're going to break away. I'm going to try to cue in now because Judge is going to be stepping out. I'm trying to watch it on a feed, and I'm going to see if I can bring this into you. Hold on one moment. Well, all right, I'm back. I was trying to get the feed in for you and make it all fun and nice. He got a single. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Oh, you know what? I wanted to call our special guest. I think it's time. Let's see if we can call him in. Let's make a call.
Hello?
Steve!
Steve, is that you?
Oh my gosh, how are you, buddy?
I'm alright, buddy. How you doing?
You know,
What are you doing here?
I'm so sorry to interrupt your dinner. You're live on the air in front of millions of viewers.
That's incredible. You know, funny you should call. I was a little busy. I was polishing my wooden fish.
Oh, you have a wooden fish. You know, it's funny, but you must have read my mind because I was showing off my wooden duck.
Yes.
I had a wooden duck. I did. Now, did you make that fish?
No, I just happened to find it. You know, I was strongly influenced. I was just watching the intricate work that you were doing there with with your duck.
Oh, I'll tell you, I took a shop class. It was wonderful, and I forget how old I was, and I made that duck. I made a lot of good things. I made a Buddha. That was more in ceramics. This was wood shop. In ceramics, I made a Buddha, and in metal shop, I made one of those giant lightsabers.
Oh,
No.
yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, well, you're talking about the lightsabers.
Yes.
We know a bunch of people that would love those.
Oh, yes. Now, let me ask you. Comic-Con's coming. Are you a Comic-Con? Would you go? Are you interested in going to that?
I wouldn't mind going to Comic-Con. I don't think I would be doing the cosplay.
Okay. Wasn't that a show on NBC back in the 80s? Oh no,
that was the alternate title for the Cosby Show.
Oh, okay.
Which, of course,
Yes, I did. That's all. There you go. But now, I was also speaking about. I was talking about. Did you hear that story about that person, the police that pulled the person over and left them on the train tracks?
No, I did not.
Oh my God, you got to look. That's unbelievable. They pulled this woman over. She pulls on the other side of the train tracks. The cop car stays on the train tracks and handcuffs the woman and puts her in the car. And then while they search the car, and a train comes and crushes the car.
Why would they do something like that?
It's on video. I couldn't even watch it. But she's alive, thankfully, but definitely lawyered up. That gives a whole new meaning to brutality. Hey, sit in here. We'll be right back. I just don't. I've done a lot of stupid things as a trainer, but nothing to that extent.
Oh wow! I know. Well, no, I've never seen you do anything bad as a trainer.
Oh, I appreciate that. Hey, did you hear about this? So I was talking about this Harry Styles movie, Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah.
Did you see it? Hear anything about it? What's its story?
I mean, I've seen the trailers of it. It looks pretty weird. I've heard a lot of crazy things that are going on with this thing. It's
yes.
A little bit of, like you said, it was supposed to be Shia LaBeouf. And
I never know how to say his name. It's Shia LaBeouf?
I don't know.
Or is it Shia LaBeouf? I don't know. But he was the original cast, and then he says it was conflict of schedule. She says he's just horrible it wasn't. Olivia Wilde said he wasn't castable with everybody else. Couldn't get along.
Great reputation.
No, but here's the wrench, the monkey in the wrench here. She's dating Harry Styles.
Yes, she is.
I would have much preferred Jason Sudeikis if it was up to me. I mean, I don't think Harry Styles is funnier than Jason Sudeikis.
I don't think people necessarily marry because they're funnies. I mean, a lot of people do.
I mean, that has to be the only reason. How are you going to be with someone forever if they're not making you laugh and funny? I mean, there's no other reason.
Well, that's why Anne Bancroft married Mel Brooks.
Well, oh, really?
Yes, because he made her laugh.
He made her laugh. Well, what else could he do? He's not a looker, and but he does have a lot of money in the bank, so I guess that plus his humor is enough.
Well, he wasn't that rich back in the early.
Oh,
60s.
that's true. That's
Sure,
right.
He was a little modest. I'm sure he made a living, but you know.
No, you're right. All right, so we won't be going to see Don't Worry, Darling, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just double checking. Did you hear this? This is crazy, Steve. That movie Blonde about Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
I believe Anna de Armas is playing her. It got an NC-17 rating.
Oh.
Which is not, for those of you watching, an NC-17 is strongly more rating than an R. It's not an X rated, but it's definitely more than R. It means that you have to be 18 or above to see the movie. And what is R rating? Can an R rating, if you're 17, you can see it?
Under 17 needs to have a parent with them.
Now, have you ever seen someone at the movies be questioned by the ticket guy, like if they're 17, 18, or whatever? Have you ever seen that?
Not recently.
I mean, if you're just scanning their tickets on their phone, nobody's like, you're 16, you can't see this R movie. But this is an NC-17 movie, Blonde, but it's already on Netflix. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
It had a release, and then 12 days later, it's on Netflix. So, for those of you kids that want to see,
well, that's the new world order now.
Yeah. So, but I mean, why give it that rating, and you cut yourself anyway? I mean,
well, you're still giving it a rating because any film that has to be considered for an Oscar has to be rated by, I believe, it does have to be rated by the Motion Picture Association of America.
Right. So, but I'm saying, but I'm saying, why not cut a scene or whatever they needed to make it R? I mean, and it didn't matter anyway because they're going to be right. They're on Netflix 2 weeks later.
There's movies that have done that.
And I'll tell you,
they brought them to the Academy. The panel gave it an R rating when they wanted to give it a PG rating, and from the consensus they get from the panel, they will edit the film. A lot of times they'll edit the film to make it at the PG rating. Now
here's movies, Steve, based just what you said. These were rated NC-17, and then they were edited to bring it to R.
Now you got to also understand about NC-17 before you go on with
yes.
that. And they made NC-17 because the X rating has such a tawdry and bad sound to it. And they said that no movie wants to be X-rated, at least, a serious film that wants to be considered. So this is why they created this NC-17. There's really no such thing as an X rating anymore. It's, the porn industry is now taking control of the X rating. They just call everything X-rated, whatever. So they call this NC-17 now instead.
Right. So this NC-17. So here's a couple of movies that were NC-17 when brought to the Academy, and then they re-edited it to bring it down to R.
Right.
American Psycho.
Yes.
Boys Don't Cry. With the great Hilary Swank.
Yes.
Casino.
And how can probably her greatest role since The Next Karate Kid.
Yes, very. I was just gonna say The Next Karate Kid was also NC-17, but not for reasons other than just don't go see it. Casino, of course, Casino with Robert De Niro.
Yes, there is, and there's scenes that people have seen in Europe that they are not in the American version.
Oh, I'll have to see. We'll have to go to Europe and see it.
I can tell you one of them when they put the guys head in a vase, and they screw it in until the head explodes or his eyes pop out or something like that.
But there was some strong violence in it anyway. I mean,
yes, there was.
They were pounding that guy with the shovel.
Yes.
Clerks. Remember Clerks?
Yes.
I
can tell you what it was. That it may not have been that, but Kevin Smith had some stuff in there that they cut, I think. But the one thing that they cut out, maybe it didn't have to do with ratings, but unfortunately, this is Harvey what's his face, that told him to do this.
Yes.
Originally, the ending of Clerks is that Dante gets held up in the convenience store, and they shoot and kill Dante.
Oh, okay.
That was going to be the end of the movie. And whatever you want to think about Harvey, he did have some good ideas, and he told him, whatever you do, don't end the film like this.
Well, he tried to take out I told you he suggested to Quentin Tarantino to take out that ear cutting scene in Reservoir Dogs.
Right.
And Quentin said no way. But that was an R movie.
That's very upsetting.
That is upsetting.
Really was. That whole scene.
Yes.
Was very.
Well, Michael Madsen said they told him to start dancing around, and he said, I didn't know what to do. He goes, I didn't even know how to move. He goes, so I just did this weird thing to the song. He said he goes, I was so uncomfortable. The Doors movie with Val Kilmer.
Really?
Yes, that was NC-17. I don't know what they did, but it was NC-17 to begin. Maybe drug use. Scream, the original Scream. And of course, Sausage Party, the 2016 animated version by Seth Rogen.
Yes, the adult film. It was an adult.
Yes, it was a parody of Disney and Pixar. Now, do you remember your first R-rated movie that you went to as a kid? What was your first R-rated movie?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You're always.
And I'll tell you, I was very upset because back in that time,
right,
everyone in school was talking about Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
And all the kids said that they went to see Blazing Saddles. I don't know if they were kidding or not, but obviously either they saw it or they probably heard their older brother talk about Blazing Saddles, and they were talking about the campfire scene,
Yes.
And I wanted to see it. I said, no, you can't. It's rated R. So finally, they take me to an R-rated movie. And which film did they take me to see? One Flew Over the
Cuckoo's Nest.
Which let me tell you, it was a great film, and I enjoyed it from the beginning. I enjoyed it, but the ending, for if you're a young impressionable child, it's a very upsetting ending.
Oh yeah,
it really was.
Yeah,
it was very troubling. I think I would much rather.
Yes. See Blazing Saddles. I think Blazing Saddles is a much better feel-good movie at the end. At least they ride off together into the sunset after saving the town. Very Three Amigos like.
Yeah. On the Cuckoo's Nest, and I just remember walking out, kind of. I don't think I was ever really thinking on a film until I saw that.
It's weird. I wish we had I was thinking of putting one of those images up of you. You know how they do that on those radio shows where they don't have the person, but they have the audio? I was going to put an image, but I said, Steve doesn't want that. By the way, I have Steve on the line, in case of those of you just tuning in. We're interviewing co-star, the juggler, Sirloin of Pork, Steve M. Milk of Magnesia, Sir Spamalot, Stephen M. The Emster. Is it Christian Connor's birthday today?
It was yesterday.
Oh, I wished him a happy birthday today and the day before yesterday.
I did too.
I messed up all the wrong days. But anyway.
I was a day late.
A day late and $1 short. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I wasn't online that much. So.
He's in our thoughts. He's always with us. Happy birthday, Chris. Here, I don't even remember my first horror movie. I can't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you. But you know how you said One Flew Over? You know, obviously Christopher Lloyd was in that.
Yes.
And I was just saying about Lloyd, he and Michael J. Fox are going to be at the Comic-Con.
That's wonderful.
They're doing a Back to the Future. It's the Saturday night. I believe it's the 6th or 7th, whatever that Saturday is. And they will be together. I don't know who else. I hope Elizabeth Shue is there and they get everybody.
No, she's probably too busy.
Yeah.
Too busy with
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
I'll tell you one. I'll tell you what.
Can we go back to Karate Kid for a minute?
Yes, of course.
So yesterday, my dad was watching the Karate Kid. And,
the original?
Yes, the original.
Okay.
And so I found it online. The Pat Morita documentary.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I mean, what he had to deal with. I mean, what a unbelievable story. But just how sad his life was.
Oh, it was terrible.
I mean, he started drinking when he was 12 years old. I mean, he was born. He was sure that his he was an unwanted child. He was pretty sure that his mother was actually his aunt.
Right.
And then he had that horrible condition, that spinal tuberculosis or something like that, where he had to be in a cast for most of his first 10 years of life. And he gets out of that, and what happens is World War II, and then the Japanese are interned in a camp.
Yeah, he was in an internment camp, yep.
And I mean, and he went through all that, but I mean, it was just really sad, and that he was drinking. He would drink every day, and he told one of the movie directors, I believe it was the director of Karate Kid 3, he said, I'm going to tell you something, I'm drunk almost every day. And he was a functioning drunk.
Those are my favorite actors, functioning drunks. I think that's the only way. I think it's way better to be a functioning drunk actor than a method actor. I think they should go to school for that. They should have a school for functioning drunk actors, and it should be called the Morita School of Drunk Acting.
Yeah. It was really
if you do get a chance, yes. If I'll say that to everybody, watch that documentary. It's amazing, and it was tough for him because I know we only have a couple of minutes left, but after he does this big, huge movie, which he was nominated for, he really got very little work. I mean, there was nothing really for him. Some cameos on some bad TV shows. And
he got a series.
He did get a series that they tried. It wasn't good. It wasn't well written. It wasn't good for him. It was tough. It definitely watch it. I think it's Netflix or Amazon. You'll take a look at that. We're coming up on... Oh, Steve, before we leave you, and we leave everybody, what did you think of my beard? I was so disappointed. I wanted to see you today. You can't get the full fledge of it on the computer. You got to see it.
I mean, I'm growing in the beard myself.
Then we should change the name of the show. The Bearded Brothers. Instead of a band of brothers, a beard of brothers.
You think so?
I love that. Did you hear me with that woman, Karen Echeverria, with she has the Battle of the Bands exercise class. How good is that?
That's fantastic.
Is that so good? Battle of the Bands. I have to give kudos to somebody that has a great grasp of the language. I reached out to her, but of course she didn't reach back to me, the son of a... Anyway, as we come to the 7:30 close of that... Boy, the time went fast. Steve, thanks for jumping in for a little bit.
Oh, sure.
And giving your advice on the X-rated porn industry is always welcome. Your angle on the porn industry is always welcome on the Steve Squared Show. There was a couple of things I didn't get to. I want you to do, and I'll have to do it next time, and I'll save it for when we're in the studio because it's very visual. But I was using today as a reminiscent show, and I brought out the bullworker, the duck, and I wanted to talk about Mother Goose and see how well we knew our Mother Goose rhymes. But I'll do that with you and Sally when we're back in the studio, whenever that may be. I just want to end the show. Sally, if you're watching, thanks a lot.
And to Farmer.
And to yes, Farmer Willie.
Farmer Willie.
Yeah, I tell you, boy, way to let us down. Oh my gosh.
He's too busy playing with the camels.
You know what? He's too busy at White Post Farm, both of them, than to care about the integrity of the Steve Squared show. So I get it, and they let us know, 14 seconds before the show. Well, I didn't. That's not true. I didn't read my text. I'm so bad. I got to get better, or maybe put my volume on so I hear the alerts. But anyway. 7:31, so we're going to close out. Me and Steve are going to go see Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh my God.
I am going to drag Steve to see Harry Styles and Florence Pugh. Come on! It's either that or Minions. There really is nothing playing right now.
Yeah.
It's really disappointing. Well, I don't know. I guess whatever. There's just no movies right now, so I'll have to watch the end of Cobra Kai. I only watched 2 episodes, Steve. I didn't even watch any of them. I was disappointed right off the bat. As soon as that kid from Karate Kid 3 jumped in, Mike Barnes, I was like, I'm done. Anyway, before I go on a rant, thanks again, Steve-O. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed. And you can always check some clips out on the Instagram, Stephen R. Kaminsky, and hope next week we'll probably be remote. We won't be in the studio. Who knows when? Hopefully before Thanksgiving. I don't know anymore what they do to us. But for myself, for the bearded Steve on the line, and for my plant Kermit and everybody that enjoys good, clean NC-17 fun, thanks and have a wonderful week. Get a home run already, Judge. Let's go! Let's go! Later. Oh, I didn't play my... Let's see if I can play it to play us out. Now, I can't play anything that's of anything.
Of course.
But I could play this.
That's all, folks.
Why is it so